Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain the complete information about molarity. This is one more type of the concentration term. Here, molarity. So this is very important in the concentration terms. So what is the molarity? Molarity is the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter solution is called its molarity. It is the number of moles of solute, number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution is called molarity. So generally molarity will represent with the symbol capital M. So we can write molarity is equals to number of moles of solute. So moles of solute by volume of solution, that is V. If we take volume in 1 liter, so molarity is equals to M by V, where volume is in liters. But if we take volume in milliliters, then molarity we can write number of moles of solute by V. So 1 liter is equals to 1000 ml. So this is in terms of milliliters. So we can use any one of these one. If you take in liters, directly you can use N by V. If you take in milliliters, there is N by V into 1000. So this we can further expand this formula. That is molarity is equals to N means number of moles of solute. Number of moles means what? Weight of solute by molecular weight of solute. Here MW means molecular weight into 1000 by V. This is another formula for molarity if you take in terms of weight and molecular weight. And one more important formula from the starting equation, that is number of moles of solute is equals to molarity into volume. This is also very important formula, frequently we will use. And these are the various formulas for molarity. Next we have some interrelations of molarity with respect to the already previously discussed concentration terms. So here the interrelations, the first one, molarity versus percentage weight by volume. What is the relation between molarity and percentage weight by volume? So we know that molarity is equals to weight by molecular weight into 1000 by V. But we know that percentage weight by volume. So this we can write like this. Weight of solute by volume into 100 into 10 by molar mass. That is a molecular weight. Here this part, weight by volume into 100. What it represents? It represents percentage mass by volume. So now we can write the relation molarity is equals to percentage mass by volume into 10 by molar mass of solute. So this is a relation between molarity and percentage mass by volume. Similarly, we can take second relation, that is molarity versus percentage weight by weight, that is mass percentage or weight percentage. Just if you expand this formula further, then we will get molarity is equals to percentage weight by volume in terms of percentage weight by weight. That is percentage weight by weight into density. Already we have discussed in my previous video. That is so into 10 by molecular weight. So this is a molarity versus percentage of mass or percentage of weight, and this is a relation between mass by volume. And next, one more interrelation, that is molarity versus strength of solution. Molarity versus strength, that is S, strength of solution. So here again molarity is equals to, we know that weight of solute by, I can write like this is volume into 1000 into 1 by molar mass of the solute. Now weight by volume into 1000, this is weight of solute per liter of solution, that indicates strength of solution. So molarity is equals to strength of solution by molecular weight. This is another interrelation between the molarity versus strength of the solutions. These are some interrelations of the molarity with respect to the previously discussed concentration terms. Let us take some basic numericals with respect to the molarity here. And here some terminologies you should remember before we discuss about the numericals. That is, first one, molar. Here molar means 1 molarity. And sometimes it may be semi-molar. Yes, semi-molar means 0.5 molar. So molar means you can write, instead of molarity, you can write 1 molar. Semi-molar means 0.5 molar. Similarly, decimolar. Decimolar means 0.1 molar. Next we have centimolar. Centimolar means 0.001 molar. And millimolar. Millimolar means 0.001 molar. Sometimes these may be represented like this. This is semi-molar, we can write molarity by 2. And this is molarity by 10. And this is molarity by 100. And this is molarity by 1000. These are some terminologies we will use oftenly in molarity calculations. If they give directly m by 2 indicates it is a semi-molar, the molarity is 0.5 molar. If they give m by 10 means it is 0.1 molar. So on. Let us take some numerical here. Now calculate molarity of four grams of NaOH dissolved in 250 ml of solution. So here calculate the molarity of 4 grams of NaOH dissolved in 250 ml of solution. So for this molarity, direct formula. Here they give the weight of the substance and the volume of the solution. And what is the formula? With respect to that, weight is there, weight by molecular weight into 1000 by V. Weight is how much? Here it is 4 grams. Molecular weight of sodium hydroxide is 40 into 1000 by, what is the volume here? In mLs, that is in 250. And this will give directly 0.4 molar. Just we can calculate it, we will get 0.4 molar. Now see one more model here. Find the mass of H2SO4 present in 250 ml of 2 molar H2SO4 solution. Just quite reverse to the previous question where we have calculated molarity. Here they are asking what is the mass of H2SO4 and they give the molarity and volume of the solution. So for this the solution is, again we have the formula, molarity is equals to weight by molecular weight into 1000 by V. We have to calculate weight. The remaining parameters are there. Here molarity is 2 molar and weight we have to calculate, weight of H2SO4 and molar mass of H2SO4 is 98 into 1000 by volume is 250 ml and this formula is in terms of milliliters. So we have taken the formula. From this if you solve you will get weight of H2SO4 is equals to 4 grams. Sorry, 49 grams, not 4 grams, it is 49 grams. Next, one more question here. This is also very important. Find the molarity of pure water and D2O. Find molarity of pure water and D2O. So here the solution. And here nothing given, only water is given and D2O is given. We don't know what is the volume and what is the weight, nothing. Just we have to calculate the molarity. How to calculate here? Again molarity we have the formula, weight by molecular weight into 1000 by V. Here they give pure water. As we know that the density of water is 1 gram per ml. Here let us assume, let weight of water is equals to 100 grams. If you take weight of water is 100 grams, automatically volume of water all is 100 ml. Why? Because since the density of water is 1 gram per ml. Similarly D2O also, let us assume for D2O also the density of water and D2O is 1 gram per ml in this case. So you can assume whatever, you can assume 1 gram or 10 grams or 100,000, choice is ours. So whatever the way here, weight is equals to volume for water. With respect to this, weight is equals to volume always. So here weight of water and volume of water, they will get cancelled. Then what remains? 1000 by molecular weight of water is 80. So that will give 55.55 molar. Again this is very important. Always the pure water molarity is 55.55 molar. This is constant for pure water. Similarly, D2O, molarity of D2O. Again, let us assume the density of D2O is if 1 gram per ml. Then the molarity of D2O is equals to same weight, volume is the same, then 1000 by molecular mass of the D2O. Molecular mass of D2O is 20. Now in this case we will get molarity is 50 molar. So for water 55.5, for D2O it is 50 molar. If the density of the water and D2O is 1 gram per ml. Next, one more level question here. The density of %5 aqueous MgCl2 solution is 1.043 gram per ml. Here 5% is weight by weight percentage. Then calculate molarity. What is the molarity of MgCl2? Here 5% weight by weight MgCl2 solution and the density of that solution is 1.043. Now the molarity of for this we have the relation now molarity versus weight by weight percentage. What is the relation here? Percentage by mass into 10 into density by molar mass of the solute, molecular mass of the solute. Here weight by weight percentage is given 5 into T and the density of solution is 1.043 by molecular weight of magnesium chloride, it is 95. Again, if you simplify this one, you will get 0.54 molar. Simple. Just we are applying all the given information in the formula. Next, the same kind of the reverse question. A 6.9 molar solution of potassium hydroxide contains 30% by mass of KOH. Then calculate density of KOH solution. Now see here, they gave 6.9 molar solution of KOH and its percentage by mass is given 30%. And we have to calculate the density here. Just reverse to the previous question. Again, just you can take the relation between the molarity versus percentage by weight. What is the molarity here? Again, percentage weight into 10 into density by molecular weight of the given substance. See, molarity, they give directly 6.9 here. Percentage by mass, weight by weight means percentage by mass, this is 30 into 10 and your density we have to calculate here. So D by molecular weight. What is the molecular weight of potassium hydroxide? It is a 56. Again, if you simplify this one, we will get the density. So we will get the density value here 1.28 gram per ml. That is the density of potassium hydroxide solution. Just reverse. Let me take one more level question here. Find the molarity of glucose solution where 18 grams of glucose is added to 100 grams of water, where 18 grams of glucose is added to 100 grams of water. Here density of solution is given as 1.18 gram per ml. So for this we have to calculate again molarity. Here they give the only 18 grams of glucose is added to 100 grams of water. Now we have to calculate the molarity. See, weight is there. To calculate the molarity, we require weight and volume of solution. But here volume of solution is not there. What is given? Only weight of solute is there and weight of solvent is there. So they are not discussed about here solution. Then how to calculate the molarity? Again, as usual formula, molarity is equals to weight by molecular weight into 1000 by V. Anyhow here weight of solute is there, that is 18 grams. Now molecular weight of glucose we know, that is 180 grams. So what we required extra here, volume of solution is required. So to calculate volume of solution, they give the density of solution and the weights of solute and solvent. First we'll calculate weight of solution. What is the weight of solution? Sum of solute and solvent. 18 plus 100. 118 grams. And what is the density of solution? That is 1.18 gram per ml. So just in place of volume, we can substitute this, or you can calculate directly here individually. Volume of solution means weight by density. That nothing but 118 by 1.18. So it is 100 ml. The 100 ml we can substitute here. Then molarity is equals to, this is 18 and this is molar mass of glucose is 180 into 1000 by volume of solution is 100 ml. So this will give overall molarity is 1 molar. So even though if they give weight of solute and solvent, from that first we have to calculate volume of solution. In the next here we will discuss molarity of ions. These are some questions related to the various formulas related to the molarity. Next, molarity of ions. Molarity of ions. Then how to find out molarity of ions? Generally, how we will get the ions? When you dissolve some salt in water, they undergoes dissociation and they form the respective ions. For example, if you take sodium chloride, if I dissolve in water, it undergoes complete dissociation and forms Na plus and Cl minus ion. If I take 1 mole NaCl here, then it will form 1 mole Na plus and 1 mole Cl minus. If they ask in terms of concentration, if it is a 1 molar NaCl, then we'll give 1 molar Na plus and 1 molar Cl minus ion. If I give magnesium chloride, if you take again 1 mole magnesium chloride, if you dissolve, you will get magnesium 2 plus and 2 Cl minus. In this case, if you take 1 mole magnesium chloride, it will give again 1 mole, but we will get 2 moles of Cl minus ions. So means what? The concentration of the compound and concentration of the ions may not be the same all the cases. So in first case, whatever the concentration of NaCl, so may be equal. Why? Because both the case their dissociation is 1:1 ratio. But in other case, magnesium chloride, the dissociation is not same. They are in 1:2 ratio. So here ion concentration and the parent compound concentration is not same. So that we will see here how to calculate molarity of ions. Let us take a few examples here. Then calculate a molarity of Na plus and OH minus ions. If 5 grams of NaOH is dissolved in 100 ml of water, here molarity of Na plus and OH minus ions. So here 5 grams of NaOH is dissolved in 100 ml of water. So for this, now calculate first NaOH concentration, the molarity of NaOH. What is the molarity? 5 grams in 100 ml. Sorry, 100 ml of solution, not water, in 100 ml of solution. This is 5 by molar mass of NaOH is 40 into 1000 by 100. So how much we will get this one? Approximately 1.25 molar. So here NaOH concentration is 1.25 molar. Now they are asking about Na plus and OH minus. So let us take NaOH. It undergoes dissociation as Na plus and OH minus. Then here initially 1.25 molar, it undergoes dissociate, then we'll give the same 1 plus 25 molar of Na plus and 1.25 molar of OH minus ions. That's its individual concentration. Here in this case, the compound concentration is equals to the ions concentration. Next we will see one more question here, molarity of ions. Here let us assume 49 grams of H2SO4 dissolved in 500 ml solution. Then calculate molarity of H plus ions. So 49 grams of H2SO4 dissolved in 500 ml solution. Then calculate the molarity of H plus ions. Again, first of all, we have to calculate molarity of H2SO4. What is the molarity of H2SO4 here? Again weight 49 grams by molecular weight 98 into 1000, volume is 500 ml. Then again how much you will get? In this case this is 2 to 1 molar. 4 is 1 molar. Now H2SO4 undergoes dissociation as like this. It will give 2H plus and SO4 2 minus. Now 1 molar can give 2 molar of H plus and 1 molar of SO4 2 minus. So now the concentration of H plus ion here is 2 molar. Next one more model, same thing, molarity of ions. Calculate number of moles of OH minus ions released from 300 ml of 0.5 molar barium hydroxide solution. Here calculate the number of moles of OH minus ions released from the 300 ml of 0.5 molar barium hydroxide solution. I just quite reverse to the previous question again. First, number of moles of barium hydroxide. Here we have to calculate. So what is the formula for number of moles with respect to molarity? We have taken already, that is molarity into volume. Here what is the molarity of the solution? 0.5 molar into what is the volume? Here volume is in terms of liters. So this is given 300 ml. If we convert it into the liter, you will get 0.3 liters. So that overall will give 0.15 mole. 0.15 moles of barium hydroxide. Now barium hydroxide undergo dissociation as like this. Barium 2 plus and 2 OH minus. So how many barium hydroxides we have now? 0.15 mole. So 0.15 mole will give, this is 0.15 mole of barium, and here 2 moles of OH minus are coming. So 2 into 0.15 moles of OH minus. That will give 0.3 moles of OH minus they will release into the solution. And the next concept here related to the molarity is dilution principle. Dilution principle. What is the dilution generally? It is the addition of solvent to the solution is called dilution. Just if we decrease the concentration of solution, how can we decrease the concentration? Means by adding more amount of solvent. So dilution means addition of solvent. Addition of solvent to the solution is called dilution. Just most of the cases solvent will take here water, we will add some excess water to the already presented solution, that we can call dilution. Then if we add or means if we do the dilution, what changes takes place in molarity? Means what happens with respect to the resultant solution concentration. So we have some initial concentration, to that we'll add some water, then the final concentration may change. Why? Because molarity is equals to some number of moles by volume. If volume changes, automatically molarity change. So here we have the formula molarity is equals to N by V. If volume increases, molarity decreases automatically. So upon dilution, molarity of the solution decreases. Means upon dilution, concentration decreases. Then to calculate the resultant molarity, again we have one formula here, that is M1V1 is equals to M2V2. So where M1V1 means initial molarity and initial volume of solution, M2V2 means final molarity and final volume of solution, means after addition of some solvent, the resultant volume and the resultant molarity. And this we can derive by taking this simple example. Here let us take a beaker. Initially we have some solution in this. Let us assume the concentration of this solution is M1 and the volume of the solution is V1. Now what are the number of moles of this solution, number of moles of solute present in this solution? So we know that formula, N is equals to M1 into V1. So whatever the amount of solute present in the solution is M1 V1. And to this solution we are adding some amount of solvent. Let us assume most of the time we will use water. Then if we add water, what happens? It will changes to the new solution. Then the volume will increase compared to the initial volume. Then if volume changes, again molarity would also changes. Let us assume the final molarity is M2 and the final volume is V2. Now what about the number of moles in this solution? Again number of moles is equals to here molarity into volume. See, whatever the amount of solute present in the first beaker will be the same whatever the amount present in the second beaker also. Why? Because here we are adding only the water. The amount of solute is not changing. Amount of solute is not changing means their number of moles also will not change. Number of moles is always constant until we add the amount of solute or until we change with the solute. Here we doing the change with only the volume, not with the solute. So now both the case number of moles are the same. So hence we can write M1V1 is equals to M2V2. So that we have written here in the form of equation. So by using this equation we can calculate the resultant solution molarity after dilution, means after addition of some solvent. Let us take again 1 2 numericals for this. Here 500 ml of 2 molar HCl is diluted to 1 liter. What is the final molarity of HCl? What is the final molarity of HCl? Now see here, we have the initial volume, that is HCl. This is initial. How much volume? V1 is given 500 ml. And what is the molarity? Let us assume M1, that is 2 molar. And this is now diluted to HCl final. What is the volume? That is diluted to 1 liter. 1 liter means what? 1000 ml. Then in such cases, what is the molarity? Now we have V1 M1. So this is V2. V2 M2. Now you can apply the formula M1 V1 equal to M2 V2. So M1 is there, V1 is there, V2 is there. We have to calculate the M2 final concentration. So that is 500 into 2 is equals to M2 into 1000. What happened here? M2 is equals to 1 molar. So we see the initial concentration 2 molar. If you dilute, what happened? Molarity decreases. It is changing from 2 molar to 1 molar. So upon dilution, molarity of the solution decreases. That means concentration of the solution decreases. Let's take one more model here. Calculate volume of water that must be added to 100 ml of decimolar NaOH solution to make it exactly centimolar NaOH. Now see here, volume of H2O2 that must be added to 100 ml of decimolar NaOH solution. That is converting to the exactly centimolar NaOH solution. Now first, NaOH initial. What is their molarity? What is the molarity here? Decimolar. Decimolar means what? 0.1 molar. And what is the volume? 100 ml. Now this is converting by adding some water. Then you will get final NaOH. What is the final NaOH? The molarity of the final NaOH is given centimolar. Centimolar means 0.01 molar. So 0.1 to 0.01. So diluting. Then what is V2? V2 is not given. So here they are asking not the final volume. They are asking how much water to be added to get 0.01 molar. Means what we have to do first? First we have to calculate final volume. So we have initial volume, we have 100. To get this final volume, how much water we have to add? So just if I subtract the final volume from initial volume, then you will get water to be added. So let us see here. First of all, M1 V1 is equals to M2 V2. M1 is given 0.1 and V1 is 100 and M2 is 0.01 and V2 we have to calculate from this, and V2 we will get 1000 ml. And this is the final volume. So here V2 we are getting 1000 ml. Then to get this 1000 ml, how much water we have to add to this initial solution? So initial already we have 100 and this is changing from 100 to 1000. Then how much we have to pour here? 100 minus 1000 minus 100. So water to be added is equals to 1000 minus 100. That is 900 ml we have to add. This is not 1000 ml, it is 900 ml of water we are adding. If they ask final volume is 1000 ml. If they ask how much amount of water to be added, means it is 900 ml. This is some models related to the dilution principle. Next we have one more concept related to the molarity. that is molarity of mixture. Molarity of mixture. What is the meaning of molarity of mixture? So when we add same type of solutions, then what kind of resultant concentration we will get? We have a solute, some X solute, it is having some concentration, some ml. Again the same X solute having different concentration and different volume. And if you mix these two solutions, then what is the resultant solution? And what is the concentration of resultant solution? So that is called molarity of mixture. So when we have to take this molarity of mixture, when two or more similar nature of solutions, when you mix, so means when two or more similar nature of solutions. Similar nature of solutions mixed, then molarity of the mixture or molarity of the resultant solution, this we can call molarity of mixture is equals to, that is M1V1 plus M2V2 plus M3V3 so on by V1 plus V2 and so on. Generally we will discuss for binary solution. If it is a binary solution, then molarity of mixture is equals to simply M1V1 plus M2V2 by V1 plus V2. So this is the formula. See here, this sentence is very important. When two or more similar nature of solutions only we have to mix. Such cases only this formula is valid. Means what? If I take HCl of one solution and again I have to add HCl of another solution, then if I mix together, I'll get the resultant solution, and then I'll get the resultant molarity by using this formula. Or else, if I take HCl and H2SO4, and this is 1 and this is 2, and in this case here it is HCl and it is H2SO4, again they are dissimilar in nature, so here again we cannot apply. Only in first case you can apply this formula. That is just means similar nature of the solutions. If you take both H2SO4 and H2SO4, then you can apply. So this is the molarity of the resultant mixture. Let us take some questions based on this. Again, 20 ml of 0.5 molar HCl is mixed with 30 ml of 0.3 molar HCl. Then calculate molarity of resultant solution. Here how to calculate? See, initial one HCl, now here HCl1. So your molarity M1 is given 0.5 molar and V1 is given 20 ml. Similarly, HCl solution 2. Here molarity is given this is M2 is 0.3 molar and volume is given V2 30 ml. Now we are mixing together. Then the resultant molarity is equals to M1V1 plus M2V2 by M1V1 plus M2V2 by V1 plus V2. So that is 0.5 into 20 plus 0.3 into 30 by V1 plus volume. Here 20 and here V2 volume 30. That will give overall the molarity of mixture or molarity of resultant solution is 0.38 molar. Next, one more model here. What volumes of 0.1 molar HCl and 0.5 molar HCl should be mixed? Should be taken to produce 1 liter of 0.4 molar HCl. So here what volumes of 0.1 molar HCl and 0.5 molar HCl we have to mix to produce 1 liter of 0.4 molar HCl. It again quite reverse to the previous question. First HCl1. First HCl molarity is given 0.1 molar and volume V1 we don't know. Similarly HCl second solution, what is the molarity? 0.5 molar and volume again we have to calculate. And the resultant solution they give, if you mix these two we will get the final HCl and they give that molarity is 0.4 molar HCl of mixture and the volume nothing but what? By addition of V1 and V2 total volume is V equal to V1 plus V2, that is 1 liter. Now we have to calculate what is V1 and what is V2. So we have V1 plus V2 is equals to 1 liter. Then let us assume and V1 is some V liters, then V2 will be 1 minus V liters. If you assume V1 is V, then V2 is equals to 1 minus V. Why? Because total is 1 liter. So from this you can apply that formula. Resultant is what? 0.4 molar is equals to M1 V1. 0.1 into V, M2 V2. 0.5 into V2 is 1 minus V by total volume is 1 liter. And just if you solve this one, then we will get V is equals to 0.5 liters. Why? Because we have taken volume in liters, then V is equals to 0.25 liters. If V equal to 0.25 liters means what? The first HCl volume should be 0.25 liters, that is V1 is equals to 0.25 liters, then V2 is equals to automatically 0.75 liters. So these are the some questions related to the molarity of mixtures. So these are some all type of questions and information related to the molarity. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.